Hey there, everyone. It's Kristin O'Brien, the president of Center County Association of Realtors, and we're here doing a business partner spotlight. So I'm going to have Kristin introduce herself real quick. And Kristin, if you want to tell everybody who you are and maybe a little bit about your background, how you got to what you're doing today would be awesome.
Sure, happy to. I'm Cristin Long. I am a shareholder and attorney with McQuaide Blasko, which is a full-service law firm here in State College. I am also a title agent, and as part of my legal practice, I handle real estate settlements, all areas of real estate law, but specifically for this purpose today, real estate settlements is a big part of my practice as well. And I've been with the firm for 20 years. This is my 20th year at the firm. It is also the firm's 100th year, so we're celebrating our centennial this year, which we're very proud of, to have been in the community for that long. And I knew in law school, I think that I didn't want to be a courtroom attorney, that I wanted to do transactional work. I was more comfortable on the business side. And that is primarily my practice, is business transactions and then real estate, both residential and commercial. And I got into specifically settlement work probably about 18 years ago, and have really enjoyed it. It's when I frankly get to come out from behind my computer screen and meet with real live people, which I enjoy very much. And often they are, very positive experiences. Everyone's excited about, their new house or their new interest rate. So it's probably the nicest part of practicing law for me.
Yes, you are a lawyer. I think that all of us love,
Oh,
because
nice.
you're doing closing day, so
Right. We
it's a
do
happy
exist.
experience.
We do exist.
Awesome. Okay, I didn't realize. So we've been doing this part about almost the same, a little bit. You've been doing it a little bit longer than me, so That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell me a little bit about the services you offer. I know you kind of hinted to some of that, but what are the services that you guys offer? What types of things can you do for all of our members out there?
Sure. So all aspects of real estate settlement work, we have two abstractors on staff here who have been with the firm for a long time. I did ask them this morning if I could say what their combined experience is, and we have 67 years of combined real estate searching service, title searching experience in our office. And I credit them with our work. They are excellent searchers. Part of the reason that you engage a settlement and title agent is so that as the buyer, you have confidence that if there is anything on the title that the seller needs to clear up before they can pass clear title under the deed at closing, that it is identified and resolved before you get to the closing table. And we really pride ourselves on that title search work and resolving any of those issues. So a credit to the folks in my office who do a lot of that background work that nobody ever really sees. Sometimes I joke that I was never a history buff, ever. I've never considered myself a history buff, but I realized a few years ago that I deal in history every day with reviewing these title searches, which can be really interesting stuff. And Julia Cronin Rader in our office, she is another attorney who handles residential closings. Primarily, it's the two of us, although there are a few others. And she has a full legal practice as well. She and I both handle all aspects of real estate law, and her practice also includes family law work, divorce law, as well as landlord tenant law and some business transactions as well. The firm overall, we handle, it is, other than criminal law, it is a full service law firm and the largest law firm located here in Center County. My practice, as I mentioned, is primarily real estate and then also contract and business work. So we offer a full range of services for clients here in Center County.
Awesome. And I will say, as someone who sat at the closing table, I love whenever you come to the closing table and you have like the title search with you, and a lot of times you'll point out things to people. I think you're the only one that does that.
You know,
So
that occurred to me.
kudos.
Yeah, that occurred to me a few years ago. Part of it was selfish on my part because I thought, I don't think people realize what we do before we get to the closing table. And, it's not our job to shout about all of that and bore people to death. But I've actually found that people are more interested in that once they know what it is that we've been doing for the weeks leading up to closing. And they very often like to hear how many people have owned the house over time, because that's not something maybe that they've heard to that point. And then, to tell them that we have researched the title over a 60-year period at least. Sometimes their eyes get big and they wonder why we're looking at it before the house was built. But so it's interesting sometimes for them to hear that the property was once part of a 150-acre farm tract or something like that. So I think it does two things. It sort of pulls back the curtain so that they see what we're doing for them leading up to closing. And it's also, some of that information is interesting for them too. So
Yeah, I appreciate it. So keep doing it. All right, so let's shift gears to the last one. So my last question is sort of, what do you want clients to know? Is there anything in the market they should know? Is there something specific about your industry or your company? What do you really want people to know that makes you maybe different?
Yeah, I think, I think as you know very well, it's a competitive market, has been for the last couple of seasons. I'm impressed with how the realtors in this area have been doing their job so well in such a, competitive market. I've seen, I'm going to knock on wood, I've seen relatively few issues at the closing table, and all that credit goes to the agents for managing the process before we even get involved. But I will say, sometimes with a more competitive market, there can be more pressures put on the transaction. And sometimes that can lead to, questions or concerns, contract or legal through, during the process and then maybe leading up to the closing. So I think one thing that does set us apart is that the settlement agents at the table are attorneys. And we can answer legal questions for clients if they do happen to arise. Hopefully, they don't. But if they do, we're there, we're able to give them legal advice if they need it. And also I've heard from realtors over the years that they appreciate being able to introduce clients, especially, new clients to the area, to a full service law firm for whatever their legal needs might be down the line, that they appreciate being able to say, Cristin is handling your closing today, but she does other things and her colleagues do other things. And, here's a good contact for you for whatever you might need in the future. So I think that sets us apart a little bit. And I think sometimes a misconception might be that, a client would pay more to use an attorney settlement company, or particularly to use, a particular law firm or our firm. And I can assure folks that for purposes of settlement services, that is not the case. Title insurance is a fixed cost item, and the rates are set by the Pennsylvania Department of Insurance. So you don't pay any more to use an attorney settlement agent. So if that's a preference of the client, or if that's something that the agent would like to be able to introduce someone to a law firm, I think that is something that can set us apart.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point to bring up for sure. And I know there's sometimes on the front end, whenever you're dealing with a certain property, you definitely tend to lean more towards the attorney, because you, like, our little realtor sensors are going, oh, there's going to be problems.
Yes.
So
I sense that sometimes too when the file comes through, which is fine. Lawyers are basically nerds, so we like to sort of put puzzles together and try to figure things out. So
yeah. Well, we appreciate it. Okay, well, that is kind of all I wanted to get an opportunity for you to kind of showcase who you are and what you do. Is there anything else you want to tell the members or anybody that's checking you out right now online?
I don't think so. We are, again, McQuaide Blasko, and it's primarily myself and Julia here in the office who handle settlements. So we'd be happy to work with members and their clients.
All right. Well, awesome. Everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll put all their information in the comments everywhere that we're sharing this video. And I guess I'll see you later.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Kristin, for doing this.
Thank you. No problem.
Bye.